thank all of you for commiserating with us in this trying time. And above all, having served with the late, I would like to make a brief eulogy, and I would examine or look at my father in 5 categories: the family man he was, the philanthropist he was, the warrior he was, the politician he was, and finally the farmer he was. Your Excellency, with your permission, I would proceed this way. I would begin by making a correction in the order of service. That's why you see there is this mix-up here. My father actually had 3 women. The first one was Asimwe Theodora, originally from Chigezi. Then Kisoro. She and the family relocated in Chitagwenda, where they reside. It's unfortunate she's no more. Currently, he's survived by 2 widows, not 1. The first one is Rosalyn Agoy, the Secretary General for National Council of UNESCO in Ministry of Education. The other is Madame Joyce Aikoru, who he decided to settle down with. And at the time of his passing, he hoped he would wed in church, the church at home that he has been building. It's unfortunate that we didn't live to see that happen. Our father taught us a number of things. I want to pick a few. He taught us to detest lies, to detest theft, to detest witchcraft. Deep down in our hearts, as he kept on resounding that message to us, we indirectly learned to become truthful, to become honest, and to be prayerful. On the 2nd of May, when he met his death, as a family, we were plunged into an uncharted territory. But with the love you have showed us, we have learned to begin sailing in those waters. As a family, I want to speak for them that as our father lived with us, he taught us to forgive. He taught us to forgive. And he always said, whenever someone wrongs you, that's a debt for God to handle. Just forgive. It's at this juncture we want to take this opportunity as the children of the late. We acknowledge that the greater part of the family is doing something else to seek justice for him. But as the children of the late, we take this opportunity to forgive Private Sabiti. May his family find rest. The humorous part, I remember our father used to tell us when we were still young, P1, P2, P3. He was so committed a family man that at a rank of a major by then, that was around 1993, 92, 93, he would move from office and come back because we were in P1, P2, there was one of P2 and the other of nursery, like that. He would take time to come back home and cook for us, ensure that we have something to eat. He sacrificed a lot. He took time. He nurtured us when our mothers were not there. He stood in the gap for us. And as we stand here to eulogize him, we won't forget that part, that he loved us in his own way, even as we have grown up to be what we are. We want to acknowledge him for the love he has given us. We shall not forget. And we pray that we should touch the world in the capacities he has mentored us in. The philanthropist he was. Our father, when he became the district chair of Oyam, moved out of the army, he began socializing with the civilians. Paid for a radio program called Nena Bor on Radio Unity for 10 years out of his pocket. And on that program of Nena Bor, he taught the Lao community a number of aspects of life. The social life, the economic empowerment, the cultural bit of it, the religious bit of it. And in so doing, he believed that through his sacrifice, Lao would grow and holistically be connected to the entire part of Uganda, because as Lao, we were cut off during the insurgency, and therefore we had fallen back in terms of the social aspects of life, and in so doing, he felt that his vision would be met in that direction. Recently, when he came to Parliament, he took on adopting more dependents. Another part I would like to correct in the eulogy. There are not 19 dependents, there are 27 of them. I know because we always shared at times. There are 27 of them. The students he paid for in various tertiary institutions and university were 36 of them. 1 PhD holder, 2 master's holders, and 16 bachelor holders, and the rest were diploma holders and certificate courses. That was how big his heart was. He was generous. The warrior he was. If I recall back in Parliament yesterday, I don't think I will be able to do justice beyond what the generals Mujira and Kavuma, who have been his good friends, competently submitted in Parliament. But there's a part I would like to bring out. Your Excellency, you will recall when you retired my father, or our father, you didn't sign his certificate of retirement. I always asked him, why do you position your names? Why do you say Colonel retired and not retired Colonel? He considered it a deployment. He considered his political career an opportunity you had granted him to serve the greater part of Lango. He considered that in time to come, if his political career had ended, you would always welcome him back to the family he had known. This is what we always shared. So I always wondered why Colonel retired and not retired Colonel. And some of you will have already seen him use that, and it was so specific. Colonel retired. Yeah, while he left UPDF, the family he had known, He joined the reserve forces, where they welcomed him. He shared a lot with them and interacted with them, I would see. In so doing, that's why this young man is here. My father pushed him to join the army and hoped that if he's still alive, he would try to guide him into building a better career in the military, to replace him, because he realized that he would not, the people of Lango had taken him in wholesomely, so he would never go back to the army. But he would send someone who had his blood to carry on the mantle. So he's not yet passed out. He's still in the army. He's still in the training school. Your Excellency, it's at this juncture that while the greater part of the community is pleading that my late father be granted a posthumous promotion, I'm here on my knees to plead that this gentleman should be taken under your wings and you nurture him to replace the gap, the vacuum our fathers created. The politician he was. People think the politics he played outside was the real politics. That's not true. We had a political arena of sorts in our compound. At one time, I contested as the male representative for Oyam Town Council on the UPC ticket. Now you can see how it is on the UPC ticket. That was in 2010. Then, subsequently, 2011. And the politics we played at home was somewhat tough. But eventually, he toned down, he accepted what had happened, and I think the General Kavuma must have rubbed him well, because eventually he became appreciative, he became accommodative of me, and by the time of his death, we had reconciled our political differences. To the extent that, yes, I am here. 2, I'm in the NRM now. 2, to the extent that I'm the coordinator of the Muhoozi Kainerugaba Army project in Lao. I'm the chief coordinator. That is how the politics played out at home. A lot of you kept on talking about the politics outside, but I prefer to bring the politics at home so that you would be able to see what exactly happened, the picture of what we had at home. And some of you know how tough he was. So anyway, that was it. So at the time of his death, we were able to see through the same lens of politics, the number of issues in Uganda. And I thank God for that, because I had that time. If that wasn't the case, that wouldn't have happened. The farmer he was. Your Excellency, I would like to report that he adopted all your programs wholesomely. And the 4-acre model you have always talked about, he took it to another level. At the moment, in the whole of Lango, we have the only garden for apples. in Lango. We have the only garden for apples. We have got fish ponds that he has been working on. And at the time of his passing, he was talking to the Honorable Minister for Cooperatives to come and group the locals into a cooperative union to handle fish farming ably. He's got the dairy farming. He's got the goats, a number of things. That is how good he was. I want to sign off with 2 remarks. That my father was a very enterprising person. This most of you attested to in Parliament, and still most of you will attest to as you eulogize him. For it. That was who he was. Your Excellency, recently, the colleague ministers from Ministry of Gender came home and they observed my father do something that most people wouldn't want to do. Sharon is our firstborn. So during her marriage, the marriage and then the church wedding, he sat back and said, Junior, the time is now. Take on home responsibilities. Start handling issues in my presence to mentor you do it well. So at first I developed cold feet, but he insisted. In the clan, they insisted that no, you should give off the daughter. Then he said, no, Junior, do it. The colleague ministers who were there can attest to this. I did give off my sister in marriage. Little did I know that today he would not be around. And today, I would be charged with some responsibilities in regards to her staying where she's been married. Responsibility came in a way that I didn't expect. But that day when I made my speech, I said, I thanked him very much and I said, I thank you for acknowledging a change of guard. And I remember I made that statement and told the people that what they have seen, they have witnessed is a change of guard. It may not have happened the way he wanted, but this is where we are. We are at it, and the responsibility finally has fallen back to me. It's only unfortunate that I didn't have more time with him to mentor me into this. But again, I'm glad because I have all of you. I'm glad I have all of you. The love you have showed us from 2nd of May to date, we pray that you do not forget it. We pray that you run by us whenever we call. For the late Machuduogo is not around. But whenever you look for Machuduogo, you will see Machuduogo in us. You will see Machuduogo in us. I have given 5 platforms I've decided to eulogize my father in. And if you look at that, here standing before you, he indirectly pushed all of us in those positions. He's the warrior my father was in the army, plus her. incidentally, I'm the politician of the family. Incidentally, the politician and the farmer, by the way. He is a lawyer, an administrator, an engineer. So he lies on this field an accomplished man. He lies an accomplished man, and we thank God for having given him to us and the entire country, and finally seeing it fit to take him from us, because I think God must have fallen short of nice people in heaven. Wanted him to light up the place a bit. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you very much, the mourners. May God bless us all as we travel back to our places of destiny.
Junior, may I now invite Honorable Sam Engola to come and give.
Mourners present. It is not easy to talk at this moment, at a time where you've lost a brother, a friend, I don't know what, all words, but I'll try my level best, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, on Sunday the other week, I and my dear brother here, we left for Tungamu to the home of Alex Basasa, who is here at present. I don't know why he's sitting in the crowd here. Alex, where are you?
He's in your tent behind.
Oh, he's in our tent because we gave him the name of Okelo, the son of Otikokin clan. We're like brothers. His dear late mother had passed on, and there was memorial service and a church opening for his late mother where that constructed. So he invited us, and we were all there. And there were 19 bishops of Church of Uganda for that function. I don't know whether they were saying bye-bye to him or what. I failed to understand. I've been asking Alexander. That's why the Bishop of Lango sent apologies from the higher bishop, because he was the one aiding the prayers. And when my brother was told to talk, he addressed the people in Luo, in Lango. Then he told them, we in our clan, when we come for burial, we don't talk English, we speak in Luo. I don't know how they felt because there was no translation. Alex told me that the bishop came and asked him, what has happened? We said we are following our tradition, because that was our mother. And I want to thank him very much for inviting us. So he left me there to represent him. He told me I'm rushing for a corona test because I'm going for Labor Day, and the president or the government wants testing. So I remained there up to 7 o'clock in the evening. I was also going to Lira for a function. So I kept on telling Alex, let me leave. I drove up to Lira, reached Lira at 3:30 in the morning, and I managed to finish my function. But he rang me, where have you reached? In the morning he called me, have you reached Lira? I said, yes. He told me, I'm also already on the ground. Then we agreed that we're meeting he told me I'm going for cabinet meeting on Tuesday. Let us meet on Wednesday at 10 o'clock in my office. So to my surprise, on Tuesday morning before 9, I got a telephone call from Madam Joyce, crying, telling me, your brother has been shot, call Honorable Jane Acheng to send the ambulance, because he was not at home. She didn't know he had passed on there and then. Immediately, I want to thank Jane Ruth Acheng very much, that immediately I called her. She told me I'm on the way to Entebbe for cabinet, but let me turn the car and come quickly. Let me also call Mulago. Good enough, that doctor Mulago, I have a number, I called her. And she told me, give me the address, let me send the ambulance. Me and my wife, we left immediately. The son Junior who was talking here was with me in my house because he has been staying with me. So I drove with him with my dear wife. As we were on the way in Nakawa, the driver of the late called me and said, he's dead. We all started crying. We drove, God was with us, there was no traffic. We reached the scene, I found my brother dead outside and bleeding. I overcried, you called me, Your Excellency. I told you I am still overcrying. I don't know even what we talked because I was really in my high worst mood. But I told you, Your Excellency, my brother is dead, he's lying down here. You tried to cool me down, you told me, give me the wife. I told you the wife is already admitted in the clinic, she cannot talk. You told me, let me talk to the driver. I gave you the driver, and he narrated to you what really happened. I want to thank General Jim Museveni, who reached also, Dr. Biero Mozi, who reached, Honorable Beta Mongi, and many senior government officials, including police, who came on the scene very fast. What really happened, Your Excellency and the monarchs, Aji Sebagala, the former member of parliament of, is it Kampala or I don't know where? No, the brother, the young one who was a member of parliament. Alatif, he lives around the area. So as a leader, when he had too much gun shooting, he was the first one to reach on the scene. Now, he's the first one who took the photo, which circulated with the blood and the photo down there. And he tweeted, saying it is Sam Engola. He didn't know either my name or his name, but that's how the mistake came. So when I reached on the scene, I found him there. Then he's the one who narrated to me all what had happened. Then the army came, CMI came, police came, many officers came, and each one started doing their own work. But we were there up to 1 o'clock when they removed the body. I don't want to say much because it is in the hands of government and God. So many people, the whole world rang till my phone jumped out to take it to remove all the messages on my phone because they said, I am dead, I am alive, but God will make me live more longer. I told the mourners the other day that it is the second time I'm dead. Because on the 18th of October 1982, I got a very bad accident on Ginger Road after Lugazi, and I really died. It's a very serious thing. Because my best friend called Loka, we were four in the car going to Kenya at 6 o'clock in the morning. We got a head-on collision with a trailer. Then I and him, because I was the one driving, were dead. So they took us to a mortuary in Lugazi Hospital. I always don't forget. So at about 10 o'clock, when President Obote was still there, he sent his special ambulance like those were of yours, Your Excellency. When they came to pick us from the mortuary, they picked my friend. When they were carrying me, somebody heard me saying, aye. Then they said, this one is alive, but I'd already stayed in the mortuary. I was broken into 9 parts. That's why I said I'm too much more than God's man when people are talking of being saved. So they took me to Mbuya Military Hospital that time. It was one of the best hospitals in Uganda, better than even Mulago. And I was flown to Nairobi for 4 months in the hospital. Intensive care. They did all what they could. So today when I'm driving over 100 kilometers again, I remember that I'd said I'll never drive over 40 kilometers. So when I heard that I was dead, I said, after this, I'm going to make the biggest prayers to thank God for making me live alive. Your Excellency, brother, and his wife and the family. The wife is a strong lady. I want to thank her in front of everybody here. Joyce called me when I reached there, and Honorable Cheng went to talk to her to bring her to where we were I don't know how many hours they took to convince her, to tell her that your husband is not there. When she called me, she thought the husband was still alive. On Sunday, I went with her to Mbuya, to Bombo, to take the clothes for dressing him for coming here today. First of all, I refused. I told her, I'm not going to take you because you're going to faint. You're going to have no strength for today's prayers and then for the burial of your dear husband. He told me, no, I will be strong. God is there. I was fasting for 21 days before, in the middle, then this thing happened. I knew something was happening, so I'm very strong. I thank her for that. So when we reached Bombo, I want to thank the colonel who welcomed us, Major Tapi, Dr. Chen, and those few officers who were there. I found them waiting for me because Honorable Chen already called them and gave me the number that we were going there. When I saw the body of my brother, they know what happened. I don't want to say. She was very strong. Me, I got out and went and waited for them outside. My brother had 28 bullets on him. This man shot my brother as if I don't know what. Everywhere on him was wounds or bullets. Here lying. I said, this man fought all the wars in Uganda, fought all the wars in Congo, all the wars in Sudan, commanded on phone and when he was Minister of Defense to Somali. How can this man just kill him in front of his house, in the car? The pistol was there, the big gun was there. Then I said, this world, if it is your day, it's your day. It was his day because the escort in front had a gun, the chief bodyguard had a gun, he had a pistol, but he has died. Yesterday, one officer was quarreling at night. Why am I going without escort? I told him, my friend, my brother has died with escorts. God is the only man, God is the only man going to be my escort. Leave me alone. I drove at night home. I told him on Sunday, I drove from Tunga Mutulira, I reached at 3 with only my driver, and there was nothing because God was there. If it is your day, it is your day. Okello used to tell me so many things. The son of Okello, the brother was saying to you here, Daniel, Olong, Granny, you come again. Granny, as a family, as he's saying, used to talk at home. I hate soldiers. I don't want soldiers. Yet his father is a soldier. But the father would keep quiet. When he's talking, he comments, he keeps quiet. He comments, he keeps quiet. One Sunday, they were sitting at home, and he, as he had this connection, he called a recruiting officer when they were recruiting army in Jinja. Then he told his bodyguard, they were all at the family level sitting together, said, bodyguard, bring my car, the lead car. Get this man, pick only your ID, don't pick anything. Put him in the car, take him to Jinja. Now you are going to be a soldier. Always say you don't want to be a soldier. They drove him to Jinja. When he reached Jinja, they found they were waiting for him. The service air all removed his clothes, threw them away, gave him a military uniform, said, now you are going for training. He has been in Morto for the last 8 months. I want to thank the Army Commander, CDF, when I requested him that allow him to come and bury his father. Immediately in the morning, he reached and said they sent a car to pick him from where he was to bring him. Now he's a soldier. He used to say he doesn't want soldier. Thank you, everybody. Senior discipline boy now. Your Excellency, Sharon Agweng Okello, the only daughter, is a police officer. She's ASP. when Kaiura was the commander, they were recruiting. Okelo told me my daughter has done computer engineering. She's just at home here with me, and she's the only daughter. I don't want her to go anywhere, even to marry. I'm happy the husband is here. She's married now. Muko, can you stand up for recognition? Full wedded. So Kaiura told me, tell your brother the daughter should be in Masindi by 1 o'clock. That was about 9:10 in the morning. He drove with the dear daughter to Lira to buy a gumboots, basin, shaver hair, and reached 5 minutes to 1 o'clock in Masindi. And she joined the police. She has worked in Bale, Moroto. Now she's the one in the computer engineering commanding these cameras, which is working. ASP. She just got a baby 4 days ago. So the baby will not see the grandfather, but we're there to help. Howard Okaka, senior lawyer, he graduated from Mukono University. Currently, he's working temporarily in the Court of Appeal in Uganda. Brian Brainy just graduated last year. He did in medicine or in the technology of laboratory technician. We had tried Mulago, and he's still out. Frank Samuel Jr., the one who just talked at the head, was a youth councillor, LC5, in Uyam, as he confessed himself, under the ticket of UPC that time. But now we talk to him slowly. Now he's NRM, as you heard him saying. But as he was a youth, the father was a chairman, NRM of Uyam, because he was LC5. He would sit in the front, and the son would be at the back there, which was a good debate in the area. Now you have heard what he has said. We're there to help him to do what he wants to do. The rest, I'll leave Joyce to talk. The dependents, there are many whom Okelo has been helping. I want to show you, before even Joyce wanted to show, 2 young girls whom Okelo brought 3 days to his death from Uyam. There are some 2 young girls I've been showing them at home at the morning place to show how kind Okelo was. Engineer Wana shocked me when he talked. There are 2 big girls, Florence Keda Miniti Kwene, Florence Keda Mini. Florence Okelo. This is a life testimony, Your Excellency. This girl, they are very clever. This one is in P3, this one is in P5. You know, Yam, she's not our clan. Okelo did not know them, but they were digging in his garden for school fees. Their father, I've been telling people, and I'm telling men who are here, although I'm a man, if you know you get a new woman, don't involve your children in your affairs. Their father chased away their mother because they got a new woman, and these young girls cannot study. So every weekend, Okelo is going home, as you heard, he's a farmer. One day he found them cleaning the office. He asked them, who are you? The other day he found them digging. They said they're digging for school fees. Okelo decided to take them over. He called the father and the mother first and warned the man, but the man is a man. The boss is a boss in his house. You cannot direct him. So these 2 girls are now with us as the children of Okelo, and as Utihokin children. We are going to look after them and see that they become leaders of this country. The other 2 big girls, Florence Okelo, Kedea Minere. I had not known that they were not my clan, because from childhood, I grew with especially the big one. Their father used to be a driver in Ministry of Works, Those days, very close with my father, Okello's father, we thought that they were our clan. I just learned of it when we were burying the mother of late Engineer Wana, and they were introducing this one, that is their clan. Then I complained immediately, said, how did you become that clan? We grew together, we were sleeping in their home together when we were children. How come you belong to that clan? Then they told me, and I believe. But during this function of the memorial of Okello, Engineer Wana was talking at home. He introduced them and said how kind Okello is. Okello took her to the university. She was not studying because she's our younger sister.
He started right from O level.
From O level
Up to university.
up to university. Now the girl is working at Soroti University. That is the kindness of Okello and of Otiko Kid. We have very many, all those who are saying to you that Okello was looking after them. Plus the 19 grandchildren, he's still looking after them. So when I hear in the radio, I read, even today when I was coming, I was hearing that the clan or the people of Sabiti are saying they want to pay. I said, what are you going to pay? Our tradition said 7 cows, and I don't know what. Can those 7 cows look after all these Okello was looking after, plus these new 2 ones? No, I told them, let us bury our brother, then we can talk if you people want to talk. But we don't want to talk to you, we'll talk to the government, because Sabito was a soldier. He was not from Fort Fortune and kill Okello. No, he knew why he killed Okello, but he's not there to tell us who sent him, or who bought him, or why he did that. So we are very kind. I've been having meetings. My Prime Minister has been calling me as a clan leader. I told my Prime Minister, wait, let us bury. Then we can talk. We cannot talk now when we're mourning. We have not even buried. Yesterday, when they brought the body, some of them had not seen the body. My relatives were crying. They have been thinking Okello is still alive or he has gone on safari. But when they saw his body yesterday, most people did not sleep. So I want mainly to thank you, Your Excellency, for granting us official burial for our brother as a clan. I want to thank the Ministry of Labor, the PS, the Minister, and all the staff who have been having meetings with us and helping us in all ways. I want to thank all the ministers and all the members of Parliament, especially of Lango, who have been with us every evening and helping us, mainly Santa Loom. I don't know whether she's here. Honorable Santa, she went. Where? I want to thank her in front of everybody, because I always tease her that she's a Luch, meaning she's UPC and I am NRM. But she has really been coordinating with us and helping us. Thank you very much, Santa. And I want to thank all the relatives, all the people of Uganda, the neighbors who have really been with us as if they are our relatives. The LC is there, sleeping with us, talking to us. Even tomorrow they're going with us to the village. We don't know the number of people who live in the village there, Your Excellency. We're even inviting you if you have time to come and bury your friend, your commander, and your minister, if you're available. But if not, we're very grateful for the assistance they have been giving us and for honoring him official burial. I don't have any word to say, only thanking you who are here for this. I thank the Bishop for coming all the way from Lira yesterday and going back again to lead us in Lira. We're taking the body tomorrow morning. We want to thank UPDF for assisting us. They have been with us, the CDF, his deputy, all the commanders, all those who have worked with Okello. I know most of them, they've been coming at home, they've been ringing me. God bless everybody here, and God take the body of Okello, who will join him where he's taking him. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Let me take the opportunity, and has been very concerned, she has been very close with Okello. And when Okello was dying, we had been talking almost every day. The people in the ministry know how many times I go there, how many days we see each other. Let us continue with the family who are there, and you who have remained will still making Kata's call the way we've been doing to you. Don't close the door for us. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much,